Okay, is your voice now?
Oh, there was.
Yes, we are here. Hi! This is just a test, honestly, because we've just replaced our Blackmagic switcher. The other one lost its marble and had some audio issues. So what I'm going to ask you to do is either on mine or on Karen's Facebook, if you'll just tag us and let us know that you have good audio, that you can hear us, and all the staticky issues that I've been having in the morning are gone. I believe that replacing our switcher did that, should have fixed that problem. But I also want to mention that we are going to be doing some interviews. And so we've got all three cameras set up today. These will be set up for next week on Monday. And unfortunately, Karen has to work, so she won't be able to join me. But I'm going to do some one-on-one interviews. And I want to do those with people who have a testimony of how Jesus Christ has impacted their life. From there, we will go all over the place. We'll talk about relationships and work and business and faith and just about everything else. But what I want you to know is that this is an open call. If you have a story of Jesus in your life, we want to hear it. I also want you to know that this will be no cost to you to be aired, and I will not pay you to be here. But I do require that you actually come to the house. Our little home studio is literally right here in our home. And this setup with the lights and the microphones and everything is for us to do these kind of programs because we have different places that pick this up. Some of those are just internet like everybody else. You do the live stream, it's on your YouTube page, et cetera, et cetera. YouTube a couple of years ago kind of sliced me off at the knees. I was up to about 10,000 views and like 1,100 subscribers. And then I woke up one day and I had 100 subscribers and like 200 views. In fact, today I can do a live stream like this one right now. When I'm done with this live stream, it might say that I have 5-10 people watching. But by the time I get back to my YouTube page and I look at my YouTube page later, it'll see that there are no views on this video. 0. Zip, zilch, nada. Yeah, she's not used to this multi-camera thing and moving around because normally we're seated in one spot or another and it's a little weird for her. But I'm getting her used to this multi-cam shoot thing, which I will do for you as well. We'll kind of practice before we get started so you'll know not to stare at the monitor, because I've had people that actually look at the TV monitor and so it seems like they're not paying attention to the people they're talking to because they're not looking at the camera. That's freaky, isn't it? If you're watching right now live, just say it right there in the notes. That's freaky. Yeah, because we know it's freaky. It's really nice when you look into the camera lens because that makes the audience feel like you're looking into their eyes, not at their shirt or their belt buckle or the neighbor, because that's really freaky. But we want to be able to shoot these kinds of things not only for YouTube, not only for Facebook, not only for Periscope, and the places that it goes on the natural stream where we know it gets cut off. We know that people, at first we thought Facebook might be the one messing with the audio before we started the diagnostics to find that it's actually in the switcher. We thought that that was happening because we've had that happen in the past where we like recorded the whole thing. It was all out there. Every recording of it was pristine, but what was being live streamed was just garbage. And it was because we were talking about that bunch of blood-sucking things, poly-ticks, a whole bunch of... So when you talk about that, Facebook doesn't like that. So this might get nixed, it might get cut down. I'm sure by the time we're done, there'll be like 3 views. If you go back and watch this later, it'll say 3 views. I don't know how many people are watching right now, but out of the 4,990 plus friends that I have on Facebook, it's amazing that I would have 3 that would view my live podcast. I do a leadership podcast absolutely free every day, Monday through Friday, between 6:30 and 7 a.m. It's usually about 10 minutes. I try to keep them under 5. I'm not real good at that. But I try to keep them under 10 minutes at least. Sometimes I go a little over that. But I'd love for you to come on Monday or Tuesday of next week. I've got room for about 6 people on each day to sit right here in the studio, do one-on-one interview, just me and you. If you're female, I ask that you bring someone with you because my wife will not be able to be here. So bring someone with you so that it's not the 2 of us alone in the house because that's just bad. If you're coming as a male, come along, bring people if you'd like to. They can sit in the corner as long as they can be quiet. And they can see everything as we're doing it. They can even take photos if you want to. But if you're female, come and bring an escort with you because I will not have anyone to do that. The post that I did earlier kind of has the rundown of what we're looking for, the conversation. And we've got a relationship with King Television that reaches Sat 7, which covers multiple countries, like 65 or 70 countries across the globe. But they also have roughly 400 million homes that they reach between the satellites, the cable subscribers, and their online or OTT presence, which would be Roku and things of that nature. If that audience suits you, we would love you to be a part of that. And this is your chance to kind of get your foray into it, see what kind of experience you have with it, and see what kind of feedback you get from it. We get a lot of friend requests from Pakistan now, but I don't speak Farsi or any other languages from over there, and so I don't take all of them. But we would love to have a relationship with any of you who do. We would love to be able to expose your ministry around the world. And I'm going to stop talking now and let Karen talk because she loves to.
Mm-mm.
That's it. What did you learn at Swimmer today? Who spoke at Swimmer?
Carol Ladd spoke about living biblically and loving biblically.
And what did you learn specifically? What's something you took away from Carol's teaching? You already knew it all?
I had to leave early.
Oh, she had to leave early. Sorry, Carol. Nothing personal. She just really had to. Well, she had to go see the dentist. Is what it was. She had to go see the dentist, and that's always fun. I think if I had to choose, I would have chosen Carol Ladd over the dentist any day of the week. I love listening to Carol teach. I love the way she writes. I love the way she speaks. And if I'd been there, if I'd had the opportunity to be there, but I'm not a woman in ministry. But if I'd had a chance to be there, I would have been there to listen to Carol and definitely would have stayed and told my dentist, you're just going to have to wait. But that doesn't happen every time. So if you would like to be here in the studio with us, in the studio with me next week to do an interview, we would love to have you. Private message on Facebook is the best way to reach me unless you have my personal cell phone number. If you already have that, feel free to send me a text. Tell me that you want to be on Monday or Tuesday and which day to add you to. And give me an idea of your ideal time slot. We're going to be doing 30-minute window interviews because the network wants 26:30 so that they can put advertising around it. So that's the best time slot. So if you want to be here for 30 minutes to an hour to get through the process, we'd love to have you. Send me a private message, a text message if you already have my number. Aside from that, thank you for just allowing us to test out the audio. Again, if you saw something freaky when we did the camera switches, if you agree that it's freaky to not look into the lens, if you heard something in the audio that we are unable to detect from this side because I don't have headphones on and I don't have any monitor in the studio, then please tell us what you heard, when you heard it, so we'll know if we have a problem. Part of the reason that I keep switching cameras is because that's what was causing our loss of audio before. So I know that's a little creepy, but there's a reason for it. So hopefully you get to see all those and you know where we are in the audio stream from a timeline standpoint so you have an idea how we can help fix it. Thanks for your help. Thanks for your insights. Thanks for watching if you did. And if you didn't, well, you didn't miss nothing. I heard John Maxwell say something today that I thought was very, very powerful. And that is, don't bother telling them the truth until you first demonstrate that you love them. I thought, how many people want to argue about what they perceive to be true, having not done the homework, having no background in it, having no true understanding, just their own truth, if you will, but they don't start with loving people. The interviewees that I want to have on Monday are people who start with love first and then declare the truth as a result of having loved someone. If that's you, send me a message. I'm Loren Norris with Leading Leaders Podcast, Transforming Grace TV, and my lovely bride, Karen, and have a blessed day.